can show you real quickly a couple things that'll shortcut your learning curve. The dashboard here is going to, when you first log in, you're going to end up on your dashboard, and your dashboard gives you the last 10 documents that you had been working on. And then, the different templates, we segregated or separated the templates into logical units. So you have representation templates, transaction templates, buyer inquiry, and then miscellaneous. So, you can access the templates here, or you can just access them up here. Generally, you're only going to use templates to create your representation agreements, because once you have a representation agreement, then you're going to use associated templates from that document. So most of your time
it will auto-populate the data from the agreement.
Right. So let's say you have a seller representation agreement. So if I click on this, it opens up a document window, or, a document record. And as I scroll down, you can see the associated templates. So once I have my representation agreement here, if I want a seller disclosure, rather than creating one from blank templates, I can do it from here. And when I click on create, it'll automatically merge in all of the data from my seller rep agreement straight over into the disclosure, whatever is required. Same with, if you once you have a buyer and you want to make an offer, you can, or an LOI, you create it from here. It's going to merge in all the business information, the seller information, all of that. So you don't have to retype anything. Then all you have to enter is the buyer's information and the actual terms of the offer.
Right. Well, that's great.
Yeah. So this all makes things easier. When you're in here in manage documents, if you want to find a specific deal that you're working on, or a specific seller or whatever, the filtering works really good. So if I just want to see anything having to do with Sam Roberts, I can type his name in here. And then over on this filter side, I'll tell it, Sam Roberts, all I want you to look at is for people. So if Sam Roberts is a person, that's what I want. Because otherwise it could bring it up in other locations.
Okay.
So, and then this just shows, or if I'm looking for, instead of a person, maybe I only want to see representation agreements that I've been working on. And so then that's really going to be in the name of the document. So I do that, and it'll bring up only my rep agreements or my amendments to the rep agreement, just anything where rep agreement or representation is in the name of the document. So, and in these documents, if you want to open the document record, you can click anywhere in the white space, basically anywhere except on, your edit and download. You can click the little down arrow here, but you don't have to. I usually just click on the file name.
No, okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, everything starts pretty much with your representation agreement. So, I would suggest starting there. And if you, if you have some active listings right now, just take a couple of them and add them in to Legito. Even though you already have signed rep agreements, it'll at least get the data in there. It'll get you started with something, or just enter in sample data, which is, what I've got here. All this stuff is just, sample information that I've been entering in so I can demonstrate stuff.
Okay. Well, it seems like you certainly simplified things.
Well, we're trying to make it faster and easier for the brokers to be able to get paperwork done, or, they can delegate it to an assistant.
Right.
Say, here, put together, and here's the rep agreement, here's the business and seller name and whatever, put together a rep agreement for me. And then, then the broker can go in and once most of it's in there, I mean, they can always just go in and edit and fill in anything else that needs to be filled in. But
It's similar
by
to
having it,
Lone Wolf, which is what the MLS uses.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen zip forms or I haven't seen Lone Wolf at all, and I haven't seen zip forms since about
It's
2000.
very similar.
So, yeah, and then the other thing about this is, some of these questions, like right here, if when you say, will any liabilities be assumed? If the answer is yes, then it's going to request additional information, about liabilities to be assumed. So,
Right.
and like it's got this whole nother box down here on liabilities. So what's going to be assumed? But when you tell it no, there's no liabilities that are going to be assumed, then as you scroll down, it gets rid of all of that because it's not relevant to the deal.
Oh,
So, and the same thing on the agreement. If I save this and do a print preview, you're going to see on the form that it doesn't give me, all of the blank liability stuff because that really only confuses sellers anyways. So, the other thing about the rep agreements is since the agency disclosure is required by law, then we just have it create one. Anytime you create a rep agreement, it automatically creates a disclosure for you as well. But yeah, you'll see here, you've got, the assets, but there's nothing in here at all about the liabilities because we told it no. So, yeah, I mean, I would say just play with it, enter some information in there. I could tell you that the people that are using it, even the ones that fought, in the beginning, they were fighting about it. I was like, no, I just want to use the PDF forms and all that. And now they're sending me emails that say, hey, this is saving me a lot of time. I really like it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I personally think it's great.
So, yeah, I think it's gonna, it serves its purpose, right? The goal was to secure the forums for members and also make life easier for members and make their forums less error prone. So, when you have an amendment that automatically merges through the seller's names, the buyer's names, and all of that into the correct locations, then you have much less chance of
It's
errors
just
typing
easier.
things. Yeah, absolutely.